There is an epidemic of Santa denying, and I, for one, will not have it. So, recently, Santa Claus was branded a foreign agent in Russia, which I think is disgusting. I think that this is Santa denying at a statewide level, which is just unacceptable.
Listen, all because I was trying to deliver ATACMS over the border for Ukraine doesn't mean I'm a foreign agent, all right?
I want more presents.
I know.
Where have you been all these years?
I think Putin must have got some coal last year and he took it personally. But
Well, Russia does have a lot of coal.
I stick to the list, Putin. I'm sorry.
He's not on the list. A very Russian thing to say. But apparently, Vitaly Borodin, the leader of the Federal Project on Security and Combating Corruption, sent a letter to Russia's Prosecutor General imploring that the iconic Christmas figure be designated a foreign agent due to his popularity in unfriendly countries, which use his image to undermine traditional Christmas values. Borodin is also known for filing police reports against purported enemies of the state, including journalists, singers, songwriters, and even chocolate manufacturers. So he is full of anti-Christmas spirit.
Sounds like a bit of a Scrooge to me.
I tell you who else is a Scrooge, and I don't want to hear from this Christmas. The Science Man. Look at this Science Man. This is an old post from 2020, but I'm going to bring it up to just highlight.
Presents for this man since he was 12 years old.
Just coal. Is it just coal or nothing?
Not even coal. If he doesn't believe in me, then he doesn't get anything.
This is Neil deGrasse Tyson, of course, the science man himself. Santa doesn't know zoology. Both male and female reindeer grow antlers, but all male reindeer lose their antlers in the late fall, well before Christmas. So Santa's reindeer, which are all sport antlers, are therefore all female, which means Rudolph has been misgendered. Now this, of course, is overlooking the fact that they're magic reindeer, actually, Neil. So, yeah, get your facts straight. That's fake news. And he's also done other science-denying posts because, of course, Santa is, the real scientist here. For Santa to deliver gifts to all the world's Christians in one night requires hypersonic speeds through Earth's lower atmosphere, vaporizing his reindeer and sleigh.
They're magic. He keeps forgetting it's magic.
Is he stupid or something? I think he must be.
Don't ask me to explain how it works. It just works. It's magic.
In case you're wondering, for Santa in a single 24-hour Earth night to deliver presents to all those who celebrate Christmas, he must visit 25,000 homes per second.
1,000 homes.
Yeah, he's right, and it's hard work.
Yeah, I know, yeah. He's a hard-working man. Don't keep him down. And he says, since the Northern Arctic is just ocean, Santa's North Pole workshop has only ever existed on a floating sheet of ice. Imagine that portrays Santa's workshop with pine trees and snow-capped hills on the horizon, are geographically underinformed. And I'll tell you who else is underinformed. You. Magic. It's magic, okay?
So he kind of sounds like Mr. Freeze. He's dwelling there with lots of ice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I've ever seen Santa Claus and Arnold Schwarzenegger in the same room. So it is possible.
In Jingle Bells, I think. Wasn't he dressed like Santa at some point?
That's true. But
I'm going to take this off now. I struggle to breathe in this.
It's all right.
Apologies. I hate to break it to all of the
Very
children.
few people can stomach wearing the full attire.
Well, exactly. I'm not actually Santa. I hate to break it to you. So, I'm not cut out for it. It's a stronger man than me.
So also there have been seemingly sort of Curtis Yarvin-esque criticisms of Santa Claus. Here he's saying Santa, aka Father Christmas, is a Catholic deception to teach a centrally administered naughty or nice system of works salvation. The Reformation has proved beyond a doubt that gifts are bought to good and bad children by the free grace of a diffuse network of local Christmas gnomes.
Nerd.
Yes.
Nerd.
Exactly. Of course, although my background is, of course, Protestant Christian, I reject this notion that it is this diffuse network, this emergent system of gnomes, as opposed to the central figure of Santa Claus. And I also wanted to play you a video, and this is quite harrowing, so be warned, people at home. This is a true believer in Santa Claus being oppressed by agents of the state. And here is the video. Just wait and see. Hang on.
Somebody tag in Santa Claus. Santa Claus, if you could hear us, please, Santa Claus, please put me on the nice list. Please, Santa Claus, please. I'm asking you. Please put me on the nice list. Please put me on the nice list. Dear Claus' name, please help these people.
See the anti-Santa Claus actors outside there, look.
They're amassing.
See what they're doing to his car. This jolly Christmas fellow.
People tagging Tom Cruise and Donald Trump, both known to have a direct line to Santa.
Told you to be broke.
Yes, sir.
It's not Christmas spirit.
It's not, is it? Breaking his car window, especially in the winter. That's just
Because it's cold.
I know, yeah. You see,
Well, they're not going.
I'm not doing
they're
anything,
definitely
sir.
not on the nice list. You see there? This is what happens if you're
I'm
a
a
true
believer in Santa
Claus.
I'm an elf, I promise you.
Okay, what was he actually doing, though?
If you want to know who that actually was, that was Winston Dale Cave, who did a live stream where he prayed to Donald Trump to rescue him after he threatened staff at a school.
Well, clearly the school's teachers were anti-Santa.
So, I'm not just going to make baseless assertions. I believe in evidence. I'm a scientist, you see. So I'm going to show you some evidence, and the first of which is this fact that Newsweek reported 22 hours ago, at the time of recording, pilot encounters mystery objects moving at extreme speeds. And as Jack Posobiec rightly points out, Santa deniers are in shambles at this. It's happening in New Jersey, of course. And ridiculous people are saying it's aliens. Obviously it's not aliens. Obviously it's Santa Claus. It's December. They're seeing a fast object moving across the sky. I mean, you know, Stelios, you're a philosopher. You know that this is the most logical explanation.
Of course.
And, of course, Santa deniers, ridiculous. They're dumb. And we won't be having it. Carl, before, has posted this. So, the Santa believer mental gymnastics is Santa brings everyone their presents on Christmas night with his magic. And then the Santa deniers logic. Of course, applying Occam's razor here, the simplest explanation is obviously the truest. This is what the Santa denier actually believes. This is true. He's made up by corporations to sell stuff at Christmas, but all parents are in on this conspiracy to make the children behave, and then regular people just buy and wrap all these presents. I mean, the logistics of this are just insane. And then the cookies just happen to be eaten the next day, and the milk drank, and then apparently all of the Santa Clauses in the mall and in the various places Santa Claus appears are just imposters. And I think this is ridiculous. This wide-scale conspiracy. There are just too many people involved in it to be believable. I, for one, am not falling for this ridiculous argument. What do you guys think?
I think in about a year, the way Twitter is going, we will have lots of very famous people with millions of followers actually saying that Santa exists.
Well, he does exist.
Yeah. What are you on about?
Okay, so
Do you
maybe...
I mean, this is a message of
Christmas
optimism.
came
So you think things will get better?
Yeah, things are going to get better.
We're going to be so back.
We are, because the Santa denying has to end, and I think belief in Santa is on the rise, and rightfully so. There's also Holy Man here has weighed in and said, he's replying to the science man, Santa is actually St. Nicholas, and we know saints have the power to bilocate, and once we have bilocation, there is nothing to stop trilocation, quadlocation, or billion location, so Santa can simultaneously deliver many presents.
So he can be omnipresent.
Exactly. And I mean, a man of the cloth, he's not going to lie to us, is he? He's obviously giving us the straight facts about the saint himself, St. Nicholas, of course. And of course, Community Notes has been trying to fight against the Santa deniers. There's someone here saying, how old were you guys when you found out Santa wasn't real? And Community Notes rightfully points out Santa Claus is real. However, he only appears once you are sleeping, therefore you're unable to see him. And this is one thing that Santa deniers always forget, is that you've got to be asleep.
It's in the song.
Yeah. Are you stupid? You forgotten? What's going on here? But anyway, you know, there are murals of him. I mean, look at him. He's got the beard, the hair. He's obviously very holy. He's got the finger thing going on. He's got a cross. He's a man of God. And obviously, in the medieval times, when everyone believed in God, they wouldn't depict, you know, Santa Claus in a blasphemous way, would they? They wouldn't depict someone who doesn't exist. That would be silly. But also, we have photos of him meeting Trump. I mean, this is photographic evidence. What more do you need? And if you're really demanding, we also have video evidence. So this is obviously New York. Here we go.
Bro,
You gotta be kidding me.
Don't tell
right
me
now.
I'm sitting here on this ferry and I see a slave on my
No way.
Nah.
No. Yo.
This reindeer's on the front of it.
Oh my god.
Nah.
Oh my god, do you see?
See? I mean, if you need any more evidence, there's also evidence that the Christmas prophecies are coming true. So we'll get onto St. Nicholas's tomb being located. Of course, it's I have lots to say about that. But also, one of the Christmas prophecies is that a grandma will be run over by reindeer. And this, of course, happened here in Watertown, New York, during their turkey trot around the 8th of December. You can see here reindeer fulfilling the prophecy. It happened. So,
reindeer being a Chad.
Exactly. Yeah. Bringing about the truth of Christmas. So lots of true believers have been pushing back against the Santa deniers, and it's wonderful to see. So it's worth mentioning as well that same post from earlier, they get the coal alarm. This is very different to the slop siren. The coal alarm is actually a force for good in the world. It points out the Santa denier and alerts everyone in their radius that they're a bad actor that's trying to get you.
Good as well.
I know your opinions on slop. So
we've got a slop civil war brewing in the office, by the way.
But
I've not yet determined who Santa's going to put on the naughty and nice list.
Mm-hmm.
I think I have a good guess.
So it's got to the point where the Santa believers have taken to the streets, trying to push back against the unbelievers. Like, bigger kids, you will pay for saying Santa doesn't exist, and you've got to do things to those who insult Santa, and I think that they're right to do this. It's a very offensive thing, and it's very insulting to our culture to say he doesn't exist.
Yeah, these representatives of our culture here.
Yeah, this is people in Bradford full of Christmas cheer. And it's also worth mentioning as well, there is a Santa tracker, and how can you track something that doesn't exist? And of course, Santa deniers, you can access this, and here's Walter White illustrating how you'll feel.
Can I download an app or something?
That's from the rare Breaking Bad Christmas episode.
It is.
Santa deniers don't get to watch it.
You've got to be a true believer to be able to watch it. It appears on your TV. Even if it's unplugged, it's amazing. And there's also this as well. At the start of December, as if by magic, archaeologists in the former Byzantine Empire, you're welcome, Stelios, discovered what they believed to be the tomb of St. Nicholas. And of course, what they don't show you here is them opening it, because what you will find is there's no body in there, because of course St. Nicholas is still alive. What they will find is lots of gifts for the nice archaeologists.
Candy cane.
Exactly. And Carl was also talking about this, saying that Santa deniers have been really quiet since this dropped, and rightfully so. But as I pointed out in response to Carl, he doesn't need a tomb. He's very much alive. Santa deniers are wrong. And of course, this was well received by all the pro-Santa people. And there's also the fact that, well, you get these presents under the tree, and they say "from Santa" on the presents. So, you know, this is what the Santa deniers look like when they read this tag. Their whole worldview shattered from the mere fact that their tag says "from Santa," and rightfully so. And it's worth mentioning as well that the St. Nicholas enthusiasts get the presents, the Santa deniers get coal. I mean, in this economy, coal's pretty good, you know, it could be worse. So Santa's still pretty charitable. He's trying to win people back with, you know, fuel this Christmas. I know, particularly in Britain, fuel's very expensive, and so a bit of coal to keep you warm, actually quite generous.
Those pensioners who aren't getting their winter fuel allowance this year.
Exactly. And speaking of which, these sort of Reddit atheist types here, you know, the average Santa believer with their stockings and cookies in the snow, and then you've got the I Love Science Reddit crowd, and they write articles like, "Is Santa real? A psychologist's case for telling kids the truth that he's real, I hope."
Well, I can only assume so.
Mm-hmm. And then you see presents underneath the tree, and then the Santa deniers are like, "Oh, it must have just been science, bro. Science put these presents here." And I tell you what, as a scientist myself, I've never known science to give me a present, all right? Science only takes from me. It takes my labour and my time and lots of money to learn its ways. I've never been given a present by science. Have either of you ever been given a present by science?
Several, but...
Yeah.
Well, Stelios is
They're never
science
good.
has chosen.
They're never good presents, though. It's always something like a chemistry set,
Yeah.
a flask. Oh, thanks, science.
Periodic table. What am I going to do with that rubbish? But anyway, it's also worth mentioning as well, when the science crowd, the Santa deniers, see that us Santa believers get presents, they say things like this: "It is not yours, save by unhappy chance. It could have been mine. It should be mine. Give it to me." And you see, like the One Ring, it tries to take over their mind. They're wrapped with jealousy at the fact that we get presents, us believers, and they didn't, because they didn't believe. And it's worth mentioning, this is what happens to Santa deniers. Here, footage from pre-Putin Russia, when they still believed in Santa Claus. "You're accused of anti-Christmas behaviour. The court finds you guilty and sentences you to be shot." And of course, this will roll out soon across the world, because of course we need to preserve Christmas. And two things I wanted to end on. Santa Claus is a good man. Here he is delivering presents to Ukraine. Obviously an active war zone. He has to take precautions because, he's a very important man. So he goes into war zones and delivers presents, Stelios. That's quite something, isn't it? It's quite impressive.
Yeah.
And
Santa also looks like he's in great shape right now. Look at those shoulders.
I mean, he's been lifting a lot of presents into his sleigh.
He could also bring guns and ammunition.
Mm-hmm. That's true. But also, he does a lot of work. He's got to fill up on all those mince pies and milk and cookies and all of that.
All that milk, great protein.
It is, yeah. That's why he's made such gains. And the final thing I wanted to end on is something very wholesome, just to prove to you that Santa is a good man. And I do warn you, this one is very sad, but in a wholesome way. So here we go.
But those other times can be hard.
I'm sorry.
Like when, a few weeks ago, Santa was called to the hospital bedside of a terminally ill 5-year-old East Tennessee boy. How do you even begin?
You have to start off with that jolly voice, that kind of stuff, Since, what's this I hear you're going to be missing Christmas this year? Yeah, they tell me I'm dying. Really? Well, you're not going to miss Christmas. The elves already had your present already made. We knew you wanted this for a long time.
Santa gave the boy a toy and these words.
When you get up those pearly gates, you just tell him you're Santa's #1 elf. He like, I am? You sure are. They'll let you in I'm sure they'll let you right in. He goes, they will? I said, I know it. So he just came up and he gave me a big hug. I had hold of him and he just kind of looked up at me and he says, Santa, can you help me? And that's when he passed.
So basically, Santa's going to go woke now and he's going to say that people deny his existence.
What?
No, obviously he's a very good man here. That's the whole point.
Yeah. That's a really sad clip.
It is, yeah.
I've seen it.
But
you really ended this on a down note.
I did, yes. But the important thing is that Santa Claus is important because he brings joy to families. He makes people happy, and he's clearly a good man. And that is the note I want to end on. Don't deny him. He is a good man. He does good things for people. Have a very good Christmas. See your family, see your friends, and make the most of it.
Hi folks, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed that and you'd like more from us, go and watch Lads Hour. We broadcast it live every Friday afternoon, and basically it's us being a bit more relaxed and not really taking things too seriously, which is why they were doing a costumed breakdown of Pirates of the Caribbean, which actually has some more right-wing themes in it than you might expect. And once you've done that, go over and follow us on X at LotusEaters_com.